On this edition of City Focus, the Valdosta Police Department teaches citizens about gun safety. VSU and the Boys and Girls Club team up for a literacy program. Valdosta Main Street invites everyone to love downtown during the month of February. We learn about VPD's field training officers, and Metro 17 intern Kyle Clark sits down with Jason Brown to talk about the South Georgia Film Festival. These stories and more on this edition of City Focus.
Guns are an immense amount of responsibility to owners, which is why the City of Valdosta supports Project Child Safe, a safety campaign under the National Shooting Sports Foundation that works to prevent firearm accidents and cautions owners on how to be responsible and safe.
If you have received a weapon or anything like that, firearm, the number one thing you can do to keep it safe is storage and safing of the weapon. At the Valdosta Police Department, we offer a gun safety kit. Those are given to us through the Project Child Safe.
In recent years, Project Child Safe has seen a 38% decline in fatal firearm accidents.
We've seen a really dramatic drop in gun incidents and, accidents involving firearms just because of what Project Child Safe has been doing. They've given out several million of the safety devices, and it's really made a difference.
For more information on firearm safety, please visit projectchildsafe.org.
All right, so this is a gun lock. We actually hand these out at the Valdosta Police Department for free for anybody that wants to come by and grab one. And as you can see right here, we've got a gun lock on a couple of different weapon platforms here. One of them is on a shotgun. Essentially all you're doing is you're just feeding the gun lock through the receiver of the weapon and then locking it, which what that does essentially is make it impossible for the bolt to go forward. So the bolt can't go forward and the gun can't fire. You look at the same thing with the rifle. We've put the gun lock and fed it through the bottom of the rifle, and it comes out through the ejection port, and we're securing it right here. So once again, it makes it impossible for that bolt to go forward and the weapon can't fire. And this is a pistol that we have here, and show you how easy this is to do. All you gotta do is unlock the gun lock, feed it through the magazine well, because it'll come right outside the ejection port, and then secure it, and that's it. The gun is now safe. As you can see, even if the slide goes back into action, into battery, it's impossible for it to go all the way in. So even if there is a round in the chamber, it can't fire. It's not all the way in battery. And this is one of the most simple and effective ways to secure your firearm.
Students at Crossroad Baptist Church received a visit from furry friend Chase of Paw Patrol. The students learned about stranger danger and gun safety. The City of Valdosta wants to give a big thank you to the Valdosta Police Department for making this visit possible. Newly sworn in police officers within the Valdosta Police Department are mentored by field training officers as a way of applying what they learn in the academy into real-world situations.
I think it's very beneficial to them. It has somebody that's been experienced, somebody that's haven't answered calls before, instead of some agencies who don't have this luxury or this type of program where they just, from the day they get out of the academy, they're sent on their own. They may not know 100% because, like I said, the academy is only 10 weeks long, and they're only being able to go over certain things for a certain amount of time. So they're may not cover everything, every single thing that you need to know.
The field training officers stay with the rookies for several weeks and provide advice and guidance as they ride along the streets of Valdosta.
It benefits me very well because we're able to sit and talk and ask questions. He's able to articulate and tell me, like I said, my good things I've done, my bad things I've done, what I need to work on. And he's able to constructively criticize and critique me, so that way when I'm by myself, I'll have a great general idea of how to do it. Because a lot of the training we do is very fast, and you learn it very fast. So with this, he's able to pinpoint detailed things that I may have not noticed in training, but with this, I'm able to see pinpoint details and ask him those questions and be able to get the job done correctly.
If you would like to become a part of VPD, visit the Human Resource page at valdostacity.com.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
The South Georgia Film Festival is one of the biggest events in Valdosta. The festival happens the first weekend of March, and this year will mark the festival's 6th year. The event will be hosted on the Valdosta State University campus and is open to all members of the community. Here with me today, I have Jason Brown, the festival's director and professor at VSU, who is going to share some details on the festival and what the event will look like.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. We're really excited. This is our 6th year, which is a mark that a lot of festivals and events don't necessarily pass. So we're really excited to still be here, to survive through COVID, and ready to present this big event for the community.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about how the event is going to run.
So starting on March 3rd, we have a kickoff event at the Turner Center for the Arts in downtown Valdosta, where we have a preview of what all is going to happen. And we actually, this year, we're working with some local filmmakers who did a documentary about the south side of Valdosta and the development of that part of the community. So we're going to do a work in progress screening with them. And then beginning Friday, March 4th, screenings will be available all across the Student Union. And then that evening, we're going to finish things off with our kickoff party at Georgia Beer. One of the things that we really are pride ourselves is how much we're trying to work with the community. And Georgia Beer has been an incredible partner throughout the time that we've existed. We thank them for all that they've done. And for that reason, we try to throw a great big party for everyone to come out and be a part of. And then Saturday, we have screenings and panels with filmmakers all day long. And then that evening, we're going to have the South Georgia premiere of Bruce Willis's film American Siege. It was shot in Fitzgerald. He did about 5 of them. This is the most recent one, and we're going to be able to premiere it here in Valdosta. And then that night, we're going to do a screening out on the lawn of the College of the Arts, the film Coda, which is about a young girl who, she's a child of deaf adults, and she wants to become a singer. And we're going to do that out on the lawn like we did last year, so we're really excited with that. And then Sunday, we're going to bring everything together. We're going to have an awards event at noon, and then we've got one of our last films, Bren Gets a Life, and our family-friendly block to finish out Sunday. So we're really excited. It's going to be a weekend full of great things for everybody.
Okay, so tell me, I know this is the 6th year of the festival. Can you tell me how the festival actually began?
Sure. Coming to Valdosta film festivals were something that I have a history with and something that I feel very passionate about. So it was one of the things that I wanted to do when I got here. And we started the very first festival. We actually brought a filmmaker from Amsterdam who had made a film about a soldier from Valdosta who had died, and her family actually took care of his grave in Amsterdam. Her in, and she got to meet with the family of the soldier. We screened the film for the community, and it was a really great way to kick things off. And every year we've gotten bigger in some way. Last year with COVID, while we didn't have as many films, actually we kind of did, but we just did them virtually, or we were able to do some outdoors. So we adjusted, and this year, along with going back to being in person, we're continuing that virtual component where people will be able to watch things from their home if they want to, as well as that Saturday night outdoor event, which people really enjoyed.
Okay, so how long does an event like this take to plan? When do you usually start?
We're thinking about next year yesterday. These things do tend to take a year. The very first festival took about 6 months and just sort of things falling together. And I know this year, we've been planning for everything to be normal again, but with everything that's going on, we've had to adjust and hope and sort of move with what all is going on. We're going to be in person, but we're trying to be as safe as possible. We're still encouraging people to mask up if that's what would help them. We're going to try to encourage distancing. We're going to close off some rows so that people will have some distance between them and other people that are at the screenings. And just try to make this as safe as possible. Last year, while we were outdoors, a lot of the filmmakers, we had a dozen filmmakers come from out of town last year, and they talked about how we were able to put together a really fun, exciting, and safe event. And we continue to want to do that. What we try to do is to celebrate film both artistically, something that's fun that everybody can enjoy, but also to think about it as an industry. Georgia has grown in the film industry so much just in the time that I've been here in Valdosta State, and it continues to grow. And one of the things that we really have sort of invested in is trying to show how that can help at the local level. Two of the people who have been a big part of our festival the last 6 years are Molly Coffey and Melissa Simpson, and they run a group called Film Impact Georgia, which really is about investing in local people making stuff. I think there's some people who aren't happy with the film industry, and that's because of their own ideas of what that means and what the Hollywood and everything. But I think my experience is if you get out and meet people who are doing this, you realize that they're just regular people like everybody else. And so we've been really excited to have them come to Valdosta and talk about how local communities can get involved in the film industry and what that can mean. We're excited about the Bruce Willis movie because, again, that was something that was shot in Fitzgerald, just north of us. And that's an industry. They are making those movies, and they're giving people jobs, and people are working those things. It's not just Bruce Willis is a big pretty face. I'm not sure he is a pretty face, but whatever. But he's exciting, and people know him, and that's great. But what's really great are all the people who got jobs working on those films.
So as the event is located in Valdosta, are there any local partnerships, sponsorship between the film festival and the city itself? We
work so hard to partner with the community because there's a lot that the community can bring to us. I mentioned the Turner Center for the Arts. That is a great partnership that we love to have. And we've worked with Georgia Beer, which we talked about already. Georgia Power has been a longtime sponsor for us. A new sponsor this year that we're really excited about is the South Georgia Studios and Film Academy, which is located in Brooks County, and they're building a studio over there to bring more productions to our community. Along with that, we have Wild Adventures, the Valdosta Lounge Development Authority, Radio 92.1. There's so many, and I apologize for everyone that I'm forgetting off the top of my head right now. But our partnerships with the community is what really makes us stand out. The biggest thing that's come to us this year, the Valdosta Lounge Tourism Authority has been tremendous. And they actually designed our logo for this year, which is the 2 and the peach and the 2-2 for 2022. And they are helping design the billboards that people will be seeing across town on the digital billboards. So we really think everything that Valdosta Lounge Tourism Authority is doing for us. But that's what we want to do. We want to be able to bring these people from out of town, and we want to let the community be able to show how they want to support that as well. And all these things are working together so well.
So I know you get support from the businesses of the community. Do you get a lot of student filmmakers from the local high school and the VSU community?
Well, one of the first things is, myself and Professor Black, we work really hard on this, but we also are really dependent upon the student organization. And this year, our president, Ethan Mitchell, has done a great job of organizing students to be able to screen the films that come in to help us determine what actually gets into the festival. And then those students actually, they run the event. You're going to see them scanning people's passes, helping seat people, selling shirts, that kind of stuff throughout the weekend. And we really, we're dependent upon that. But we also want to see, those local high schools like you're talking about, be able to come to Valdosta and see what's possible. This year, we're really excited. Brooks County High School and middle schools are going to send a large group of students, and we're going to be able to give them a tour of the facilities and everything. We're really excited about that. And every year, you never really know exactly who all is going to show up, but we consistently have been having students come, not just from Lowndes and from Valdosta, but from high schools all across the region. And we want to continue to encourage that. Students, both high school and college, and I guess below that as well, are free for all the screenings and the panels. They just need to show up, show us their ID, and they can get in. We really want to encourage that. So all students are encouraged to show up, and we really like the ones that have been participating.
So what advice would you give to anybody who wants to enter a film into the festival but is a little hesitant about it?
Well, first off, don't be hesitant. Take a shot and see what happens. This past week, Sundance just finished up, and they had 10,000 entrants just in the feature film categories. That's not the short films or any of the other stuff. They received so many entries, and while there's plenty of ways that can go, you really don't know what separates you from everybody else until you sort of see that. So please don't be worried. Put your stuff out there. But the biggest thing that I would encourage you to do is think about who's going to watch your stuff. Who do you want to see watch your stuff? We're showing the film Coda, and we're partnering with the ASL English Interpreters Program here on campus. And a big part of that is to sort of let people see a film that represents that community and that they're a part of. And if you're making a film, think about that. Who are you making this for? Who do you want to see this? If it's your mom, great, you don't need us. Go do something else. But if it's more than that, then really you want to think about who that community is. And the people who go to come to see our stuff aren't that much different from the people who go to Georgia Theater Company to see movies on Friday night. But we're a little bit different. And what I mean by that is generally these are people who really enjoy film, and you're not just expecting explosions or everything else, you're expecting something a little bit richer. So think about that. There's a lot of festivals out in the world. There are dozens upon dozens in Atlanta alone that feature films just for black filmmakers, just for horror fans, just for, I think in October is the Outfest, which is a lesbian, gay, LGBTQ festival. There's plenty of them. And if you think about what you're working on and you just want to find an audience, think about who you want to get to. But if you don't know, just put it out there and then see how people react. That's all you can ever do.
Okay, so I know that we have a long list of events available that weekend. Mm-hmm. Where can people go to find a schedule of events or what we'll be showing during the week? That's
a great question. I encourage everybody to go to southgeorgiafilm.com. That's our main website. And you can click the button for tickets from there. And we'll have the schedule and the links to buying tickets. If you want to go directly to that, though, it's sgff22.eventive.org. So both of those links will get you to where you need to be.
Tickets for $40 will get you the all-day pass, correct?
It'll get you everything for the whole weekend. $15 gets you all the screenings and the panels for any day. But if you want to you want to stay at home, you can watch any movie for $5. Now, we have VIP festival things, and all students, if you show up with your ID, you can get into any screening or any panel with your ID. But if you want to, as a student, want to go to the parties, it's $25 instead of the $40. We have options for everybody. There's no reason that somebody would come to the festival and have nothing that they can't be a part of. And we think these are pretty reasonable prices.
Thank you, Professor Brown. It looks like the event is shaping up to be a really fun one. Thank you for coming and talking to us, and we can't wait for the event to happen.
Thank you.
How is my little birdykins feeling?
Well, I feel okay. My wing hurts a little bit, but that's okay. And look, Radar's feeling okay too. Look, he's got a little Band-Aid and a little smiley face.
Now, your wing may hurt for a day or two, Big Bird, and you might feel a bit tired, but you both did great. I made the decision to get Big Bird vaccinated because COVID vaccines are the best way to keep yourself, our friends and neighbors, and me safe and healthy. Talk to your healthcare providers about the vaccine for your kids. The vaccine is going to help my bird and all the kids out there stay safe and healthy.
Yeah, and it'll help me keep playing with my granny bird and all my friends at school.
Yeah.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
The Annette Howell Turner Center for the Arts hosted 8th graders from Valdosta City Schools for 2 free live performances of Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad on February 4th at 9:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. This musical is a great tribute to Harriet Tubman. It honors her bravery as she freed hundreds from the bondage of slavery, and as an even greater tribute is that the performance falls in Black History Month. The performance was brought to the community by the Virginia Repertory Theater. Harriet Tubman's courage brought change to the world, and her adventurous life will touch the minds of the Valdosta community.
Valdosta Main Street helped cut the ribbon on a new business in downtown Valdosta. That business is Nomad Chiropractic.
Moving to downtown Valdosta has been just the most amazing thing. I feel like that the second that I met Sarah and Maggie both, we work well together. We didn't know each other before, and we just kind of came together and we just made this big dream team, and now we have this whole wellness facility going on.
They have a variety of services that they offer to customers.
Bounced around a little bit, but now we kind of found our home here on Central Ave in downtown Valdosta. Super excited to be working with Maggie and Christina. So now we have yoga and massage therapy as well. But as far as my treatments go, it always comes with the chiropractic adjustment, kind of what everyone pictures, but the appointments are a little bit longer. They're about a half an hour, which include heat therapy, some cupping, and some muscle work prior to the adjustment as well.
We offer many services. We have yoga, chiropractic, and massage therapy. I'm the yoga instructor. And for my yoga, I offer power vinyasas, which is more of a heated workout, and then I offer rejuvenation flows, which is more of a laid back, yin style, just stretching. And then I offer lunch classes every day of the week that vary from day to day.
The trio is thrilled to bring their business to downtown Valdosta.
Because downtown is getting bigger, it's growing into something, and it's really beautiful to be able to be a part of that growth.
We welcome Nomad Chiropractic to downtown.
Valdosta Main Street is asking the community to love downtown during the month of February. Each time you spend $25, you're placed into a drawing to win a weekly prize or a $200 grand prize.
February kicks off our Love Downtown event, and that begins, of course, on February 1st and runs through the entire month. And we're doing something a little different this year in that we, anytime you spend $25 in a downtown business, you can scan our QR code and upload your receipt, and then that puts you into a drawing at the end of the month.
Main Street has made it easier for participants by using a QR code to upload your purchases.
We have flyers around downtown, but also you could just go to our website and upload it that way as well, and just look for the Love Downtown information.
Main Street's goal is to make sure everyone remembers to shop local throughout the year.
February is generally a slower time for our downtown businesses. We're looking to help continue good sales, you know, through not just through the holiday season, but on throughout the year. And so we want to make sure that people are remembering to come downtown, shopping locally, and just making sure that our downtown businesses are supported by the community.
For more information, contact Valdosta Main Street. Construction crews are hard at work building features to the new downtown amphitheater.
Currently, behind me on the site, you can see guys that are installing the columns and the walls of the amphitheater. So soon we'll be up out of the ground and doing all vertical work above the ground. And also the bathrooms are being worked on, the plumbing and the electricity. Expect that to be done mid-March, a few more weeks.
In addition to the amphitheater, there will also be paved walkways, exercise trails, and even a splash pad for children.
You know, we've already got our truck crawl in the summertime, and it's well attended. I think this will make everything even more attended and just help out with the morale of the citizens.
The completion date for this project is anticipated to be July 10th. For more information, please visit the city's website.
Earlier in the show, we told you about the Love Downtown campaign. We encourage residents to enjoy our great downtown year-round. There are great food options, lots of shopping, and we're months away from a new park opening, so join us downtown. This concludes another edition of City Focus. Be sure to visit our website, valdostacity.com. Like us on Facebook, Valdosta City Without Limits. Also join next door for city updates. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at City of Valdosta, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Metro 17 Valdosta, to watch City Focus on demand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on City Focus.